Welcome back to the channel. In today's lesson, we'll see how to solve equations with two unknowns using determinants. We'll start by introducing how to find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix, after which we'll move over to applying this determinant in finding unknowns or variables in equations. That said, let's get into class. Like I did promise in the introductory part, I will first go through how to find determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix. If I have a 2 by 2 matrix like this, here is A, B, C, and D. To find this determinant, let's represent the determinant as this. Then this will become the determinant of A, B, C, and D, which is the same thing as you pick your A times D, that's the major diagonal, AD minus C and B, C, B, minus CB. Now let's get into the question of today. There are different ways you can find these unknown variables. You can use elimination method, you can use substitution method, but in this example, we'll be using determinants. Now, the first thing is I want to rewrite this as a matrix. So if I write this as a matrix, this will become 5, 2, 3, 4 is being multiplied by x and y, which is equals to minus 19 and minus 17. Now let's find, the first thing is to find the matrix, the determinant of the major matrix. That will be, this is the same thing as the determinant of 5, 2, 3, and 4. So that like we did initially, the determinant of the major matrix, the determinant will be the same thing as 5 times 4 minus 3 times 2, which is the same thing as 20 minus 6. That's equals to 14. Now, to find x, to solve for x, the first thing we'll have to do, we'll remove the role of x and replace it with the answer here. That is, we'll remove this role and replace it with what you have here. To solve for x, let's call that 1, so that's the determinant 1. It becomes minus 19 minus 17. Then I'll have 2 and 4. So that the determinant of 1 will be the same thing as minus 19 times 4 minus, I'll now have 2 into minus 17. Now this is the same thing as minus 19 times 4. That's the same thing as minus 76. Minus 76, 2 times 17, that's plus 34. So that my minus 76 plus 34, that will be the same thing as 42. Minus 42, negative 42. So that x now, we'll say x now is the same thing as the determinant 1 over the major determinant naught. Now my determinant 1 here is minus 42 over 14. So that my x automatically is minus. Next is we'll be solving for y. Now to solve for y, I'll just simply remove in the position of y, that's the second column, I'll simply remove this and replace it with these figures. So that on solving for y, it becomes my delta 2 will be the same thing as 5, 3 minus 19 minus 17. So that delta 2 now will be the same thing as 5 times minus 17. That will be 5 into minus 17 minus 3 now into minus 19. So that delta 2 will be the same thing as 5 times minus 17, that's minus 85, plus, because I have negative times negative, it becomes plus 57, which is the same thing as minus 28. My y obviously will be the same thing as delta 2 over delta naught, which is equals to minus 28 over my delta naught. We're given my delta naught to be 14. 14. over 14, which makes my y to be the same thing as minus 2. Now, so that we've already gotten that our y is minus 2, while our x is minus 3. Let's just quickly test it to show you that we are right. Now, our major equation says 5x plus 2 is equals to minus 19. 5x plus 2y is equals to minus 19. And we have our x to be minus 3, that is 5 into minus 3 plus 2 into minus 2. That will be the same thing as minus 15 minus 4, which is equals to minus 19. That shows we are right. That shows we are right. With this, I hope you understand how to solve a system of 2 by 2 equations using determinants. Thank you for staying with us and see you in our next class.